Indeed, 10-day streak. 2 years and 10-day streak. I think so. Oh god, rain. Where was I? That's done. Clean that up. Move that over here. Just chill. So Z. Z. How is your game design plans going? No. Tiebreaker wouldn't be. So it won't be. Earliest tiebreaker would be Monday. But we have plenty of time. I'm just doing a little bit of story writing today, and I'm gonna work on the new concept to see if see if I can make some progress on it. Because if I can, this will be an original story, I believe. Like some inspiration from other stuff. Oh wait, yeah. Sorry, my. Hey, Alan, how you doing? I saw your plan. Looks mostly good. We've got the. This is the octopus construct, cloud armor. Question: are you following up the? Do you have any plans to follow up on the fish deal? The fish deal. There is a plan to import fish into the Sumi Valley. So that is the magical state. Oh, Alan. I was just asking Alan, but for you, you had asked, what are you planning on doing for your game? Because you mentioned that you're going to be working on a game based on your Sentai story, right? Uh, mm, uh, okay. Hmm. I think, given what you're planning, a tactical RPG would work better. Because RTS is usually in the neighborhood of like dozens, if not 100+ unit caps. So, if you're talking about like 6 people, like 6 to 10 people tops, that's still considered uh like a tactical shooter kind of thing, or a tactical RPG. Uh, Yeah, turn-based strategy. Hey Simon, how you doing? Been a little while. Usually, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. But yeah, Final Fantasy VII is usually something like I believe it's like 4 to 6 people. Don't recall off the top of my head. By the way, actually, Salmon, remember, I think the last time you were here. Hmm. Yeah, I saw that. But yeah, last time you were here, you were asking about that one story that like actually seemed good. That was AI assisted. I guess so. Uh, fuck. Um, so this is the version on Spacebattles. There's another one with the same name on a different site that I can't link here. But in like that has like another 2 chapters or so, and it is like you can see it doesn't feel like a normal AI assisted story. There's like actual authorial intent in there. That's really interesting. I have, however, also found a different way of using AI for storytelling, which is interesting because it doesn't use any AI generated content in the story at all. What you do is you take your chapter. Yeah, this is with my local stuff. But the idea is you take your chapter and then you. Oh, nice. But you take your chapter and then you ask the LLM, what is the impression you get about the world or about a character based on this chapter, right? And the idea there is that you're using it to create, to get an idea of how well you are communicating certain topics. Right? Because if an LLM can extract, not initial feedback, it's more like, hey, did I forget to mention something because I've been thinking about this world building for ages, or yada 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 yada, and like there are things that I might have thought about that it exists in my head, but I just kind of forgot to put it on the page. But because I have tested it like this, even if I don't include any AI generated stuff in the story, I get a better idea of how good of a job I'm doing. So that's good. Kind of, yeah. Um, but yeah, I've also been seeing a lot of like AI generated stories that have been popping up on a bunch of my sites, and like as more and more of them come along, it's just like, oh, not I haven't seen any on fanfic. I haven't read anything on fanfiction.net in like years, so I wouldn't know. But I've seen so many of them come along that it's like, oh, once I start noticing it, like I start immediately falling off because like the word choice is samey and that kind of thing. Sometimes there's enough of an authorial like guidance where it's clear that the author had some interesting ideas, but like the execution gets boring. And yeah, I've dropped a lot of stories recently. Though I've recently, like, even if I go to fanfiction.net, I only read on mobile.fanfiction.net nowadays because it's it is a significantly nicer experience, like the mobile site, than the uh, desktop site. Nice. Hi, Robert. Going pretty well. We had that nice little uh omic that showed up on the thread. That was fun. Ooh. Yep. Marcus. There. I'll be right here. But yeah, this one I am experimenting in a different direction with the word counts, so I'm keeping it more flexible. Yeah, it does seem it is pretty. Oh, what do you mean by two different paths here? Or do you mean like multiple endings in a story kind of situation, or oh, two different play styles? Yeah. Uh, uh, mm, yeah. Uh, uh, ooh. I think I've read Salvage Rights. Oh, yes, I did definitely read it for a while, but I need to reread it because I apparently stopped a long time ago. Okay, interesting. Uh, is going to take. Oh. Ah, yes. That is the appropriate term. Usually, I will brainstorm like the main story loop. Interesting. Yeah. Like the main gameplay loop, right? Where you're talking about what it is that's fun about the story. Say about the game. Basically, you talk about, okay, this game, the fun idea is that you you build let's talk about like Factorio, right? The gameplay loop of Factorio is you find a problem, you fix a problem, and the factory grows. And then that causes new problems which you have to fix, and the factory grows. And on and on and on and on. Hello, Gloomman, how you doing? Going to need this enough to offset my So what brings you over to the stream today? I'm currently just working on a story of mine. Nice, nice. So, are you like one of the groups in this war, or are you like a third-party instigator, or you're trying to like make two of your enemies fight each other? Oh. So what are the two teams? Please share this world. So share the world that we say the world for which you are going to instigate war. Is this like Warhammer? Are you playing a tabletop like a TTRPG? Are you like doing this in a story that you're writing. Ooh. Okay, cheers, Simon. Yep. I would be on the side of pizza as well. Yeah, I'm on your side, man. 17 is prime, so I think I'll go with 17. Should I start a poll for it? Maybe. Uh, 17 or 78. Sure. And I'll set the duration to like 10 minutes or something. Yes. Yeah, let's see if anybody drops by and lets me and we'll see how the vote goes. Oh, thanks for the follow. That's really nice of you. But yeah. Enough to make up for the fact doing any repair. No worries. Enjoy yourself, man. Bulls. Even if the bulls don't involve. Oh, it's something. Right now, I'm saving up for the what do you even have that would work? Just jump ahead for a moment. Start writing the next chapter. The deal struck bar. Marcus was working with just relocated. Oh, 1 second. Getting a knock at the door. Okay. Indeed. He hadn't been the car. Thankfully. I mean, if you want to think of other school-style games, the school period usually is like social, like social gameplay, like dealing with your friends, progressing social links, or like other non-combat activities, right? That's one thing. Other than that, you could totally do like maybe part of the school stuff could be like a research thing where you're trying to find clues on how to beat the enemy. But the gameplay loop is usually problem, solution, and how does that lead to a new problem, right? Like in a shooter, the gameplay loop is find enemy, shoot enemy, go find new enemy, right? It's a pretty simple gameplay loop, but it's fun. How does the social link connect to the monster fight? Is it like building your social gives you increased combo power with your allies? Like, how does your social link like fit with each other? Hmm. Okay. And no, you will cost me 100. And she's I can use stuff from the. Okay. It seems it tied. Um. Uh. Mm, uh. Um. But what about the primes? Just think about it. Like Optimus Prime, Prime numbers. Don't you like Transformers? Primus. He's the only thing. Say Primus is the only thing stopping Unicron from eating the universe. You need to support him, man. But what if it's uneven? Yeah. This this is why I opened up a separate bank account so I can hide the uneven numbers from myself. Depending on the bank, additional bank accounts are free. So, and you would want to look into like exactly how bank accounts are set up. But yeah, the way my bank accounts work is that I have a bank account that is for Ah, nice. But yeah, my bank accounts are, I get paid into one bank account, and like every month I'll get my paycheck. It'll go into my bank account, and then every month a small amount will transfer into the account that I have cards for. Uh. So yeah. Cards. Might. Well. Uh. Yeah, and the way it works is I can keep an even amount of cash in my spending account. And I just don't look at my savings account. Yep. The other thing is the savings account is also if I ever need to make big purchases for like when I bought my GPU, I bought that with my savings account money. But in order to do that, I need to go out of my way to transfer money from my savings account to my spendings account. It kind of does. Do you hear that China now has rockets to compete with SpaceX? Like they recently did a rocket that can be reused the same way that SpaceX rockets can be reused, and Musk is throwing a hissy fit about it. So, SpaceX rockets have this thing where you can land the rocket and then just refuel it and take off again. And that means that since you're reusing most of the rocket, it's way cheaper because you're really just paying for fuel. But China's equivalent to NASA just landed like boosters from their rockets, which means that they're en route to catching up with SpaceX, and it means that China will have a publicly funded version of the SpaceX reusable rockets. And Musk is throwing a hissy fit about it. SpaceX has hit a new low. Yeah. And you know what's even funnier about this? Because of the news, the SpaceX price has been dropping. The SpaceX share price has been dropping even more, which is hilarious. Like with SpaceX, the only thing keeping that company profitable was the space side of the equation, and now they're fucked on that side too. Yeah. Also, Did you hear about the new GPU company that's being a thing soon? So, there's this new GPU company, Bolt, and they have GPUs with upgradable RAM. So, if this thing gets released, you could theoretically get a GPU and upgrade it to like 64 gigabytes of VRAM and just uses like standard SODIMM chips or whatever. But yeah, plus it does like okay, cheers, man. You need them. Uh, uh, mm, uh, um, um, uh, mm, mm, uh, mm, mm, uh, um, uh, uh, mm, uh, need come to sure. Really worth it to for oh, got a few of that. Oh, can uh, payment. Uh, some actual. Mm, Uh. Hmm. Uh. Hmm. Um. Hmm. Hmm. Um. Okay. I'm experimenting with a new story format. I've got, uh, as you can see, I've got a lot of projects. Some of which aren't going to be continuing anywhere. Others things that are going to be interesting. Marching across the inner sphere. If you type, I can send you a link for it if you want. But this one is like my currently published, let's say currently publishing one. I do an update every 2 weeks. Next update will be this Friday. And I'm starting a new one, which is going to be an entirely original work. Though it is inspired by the Mech Touch and a bunch of other stories along those lines, which is like sort of sci-fi wuxia as opposed to sci-fi xianxia, right? The idea here is that instead of the story being about like, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Mech Touch, but basically it was really interesting in the beginning because it was about building giant robots. And then the author apparently decided to just make it a Xiangxia story for some reason. And everyone who I've spoken to about that doesn't like the change. Neither do I, really. So I'm writing sort of like a science fantasy story where the idea is, hey, um, like spirit technology is a thing, and the main character is going to be a guy who makes a bunch of spirit technology, and like because of how spirit technology works, mechs are the biggest war machines ever. Oh, interesting. No, that sounds like a lot of fun. Like you could have it so that the different rangers have like certain elemental powers. Maybe you could have it so that they are like who would the enemy be, right? Are you gonna do it something like one of those isekai stories where there's like a demon lord running around and this guy's like, well, I could go fight the demon lord, but I don't want to die. I know I'm gonna find some random heroes and make like a bunch of enchanted gear for them, and then those guys can go kill the demon lord while I'm perfectly safe over here. Are you gonna make your guy like Zordon basically? Hmm. Load. So on the uh Mm, hmm. Do you even need to make it an isekai? Like, you could just have it so that, like, you've got this mage who's using, like, divination spells to watch quote unquote plays on other worlds, and that's how they know about Power Rangers. Anyways, whatever. But, like, you could totally just do a thing where it's like, it's more of like an evil king situation, or like obviously elf king or whatever, and it's like, okay, we are going, like, we need to create like a rebellion force where where you need to be able to raise people up to, like, and like fight anonymously against the ruler, and that's why you're wearing like the full body ranger suits and stuff. Mhm. To like, 30 bucks. That lows. Have you heard of Miraculous Ladybug? You could totally do a spin on like the enemy from that show, but as a good guy. Like the enemy in Miraculous Ladybug, you've got like the whole like akumatizing thing where Hawkmoth uses the butterflies to turn people into super powerful like monsters, right? You could totally just make it so that, okay, instead of having like the same rangers every time, the the mage is like, okay, I'm gonna find random people to do it, and then eventually he might settle on like a core cast um of like permanent rangers who have proven themselves to be useful. Yeah. And you could even like do it from the perspective of like the normal people in this situation, where they're just like caught up in this war between the enchanter and the elf king, so that like it just seems like randomly these people will appear from nowhere with powerful magical abilities and these weird suits, fighting against the tyranny of the king to, like, I don't know, free political prisoners, or like break up, like, or like uh fight back against raids or something, or to like fight attempts at like developing shit, or like whatever, right? And like you could do that as like a in media res entry to the story. That could also be interesting. Uh, uh, I'm assuming you pay stuff. Stuff. Marcus. Oh, so you're doing like elemental mages then? Because you could also go like schools of magic, or are you going to do like you've got your different elemental rangers that are the base mages, and then for like the black ranger or the silver ranger, like the extra rangers, you do things like illusions or conjuration or like other schools of magic where the main rangers are all just like blowy uppy elemental magic stuff. Like there's a teleport ranger or something. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm assuming green would be like healing and plants and stuff. Okay. Um. hmm. Two. Okay. So fire is like your offensive big guy, and then blue is going to be your like defensive big guy. Mm. Okay, I'm going to make myself grow just for a little bit of fun. Do you have a Megazord? There we go. I'm gonna be big. Hmm. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Still, I'm willing to pay for. Mm. You don't need to pay all. One account. Wow, or something. Like a week. Ooh. What's your idea? Mm, mm, mm. What would the what would like the what do you call it? Like what would be the problems other than just being born a Malfoy? Does Harry have to deal with? Is it like, okay, now that he's born a Malfoy, he needs to like ever since Harry came to power, like Malfoy and a bunch of the old like darkish groups have become oppressed because of like what their grandparents did. So you have like Malfoy, Greengrass, like Crabbe and Goyle, what's it called? Parkinson's. All of those guys, they're all like, well, our grandparents did some terrible shit, but we didn't do anything wrong, and everybody still just kind of hates us because of who our families were. And Harry has to like fix all of that. Or do you have like another goal for that story? You thinking? Okay. I feel like you don't need to involve Voldemort's soul in there. You can just have it so that it's like the Death Eater's soul that's in there, right? You don't need to like bring back Voldemort for no reason. Oh, yeah. What's your question? Subbing. Any... Basically, yeah, you do need to make it count. But like what it does is it basically says total of how many viewers how many viewers were there. Like for all the viewers, what was the total watch time divided by the total length of the stream? So if I got like a total watch time of like 4 hours and the stream was like 2 hours, then the average viewers would be 2. If I got 3 hours and it was a 2-hour stream, the average viewers would be 1.5. But yeah. If you need to go, just... Okay, so let's say viewer 1 So this is you. So Zed, you watch for 2 hours, right? Stream is equal to 2 hours. You're there for 2 hours. We have Glue from earlier. They watched for an hour. And let's say that Sean here, he also watches for an hour. The total watch time is now 4 hours, divided by the stream length of 2 hours, is equal to 2 average viewers. Now, let's say that instead of these guys watching for an hour each, instead they watch for half an hour each. John R. Kaser, do you not see him in chat? No worries. Indeed. Ah. Okay. So if it was half and half, this would now be 3 hours, and that is 1.5 average viewers. Let's say a thought about it for $50. Indeed, he did. Yeah. Yeah, Sean, this is Zed. Zed drops by basically every stream. But yeah, that seems interesting. Ooh. Yikes. That sucks. Um. Mm, uh. Indeed, he did. It is indeed quite hard to use the phone for typing. Hmm. Woof. Uh. Mm, that sucks. But yeah. Honestly, like that's kind of why I post my stories. Like the only reason that I've been able to keep up with um with Marching and Mercenary Clan Quest, which are the two stories that I'm mainly working on, is because I post them. It's nice to see other people interacting with them. Like, for example, I'm really happy whenever someone posts like one of these omics for my stories. Right? This is basically a fan work based on my story. And I have 4. I have 4. This is amazing. Ooh. That does sound interesting. Mm. 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 But yeah. Mm. That almost feels like you might do well writing comics. Like writing and drawing comics. Have you ever considered that? Um, you know. Mm. Reasonable. The amount you any reasonable tech would want down. Yep. Cheers. Yeah, that sucks. Mm. 4 months. 4 times 4, 16. 16 times 60 is. That's. No, that's. Mm, um, by the uh, would want. Mm, 2,000 divide 16. Um. You know what? You do you, man. Entirely rooting for you. You do have the time. So if you do have the time. Mm, if mm, 100, 150. Oh, 2,000. Um, yep. Cheers, man. Get some rest. I'm probably gonna sign off soon as well. There's some stuff going on IRL, which means I can't stream for as long as I would like to. But hey, I crested 2,000 words. Maybe it'll mean that I can get up to, like, I can feel more comfortable about ending it. Well, ending the chapter. Sayonara.